Welcome to Koala Hire's presentation on communicating in Australian workplaces. Here at Koala Hire, we employ and distribute staff to all types of workplaces, some being science labs, the health sector, information technology roles, photography, and even broadcasting studios. This presentation was created for all cultures, English and non-English speaking students seeking work experience during their time off studies. If you're finding it hard to keep up with this presentation, please contact administration at Koala Hire for a subtitled version in your spoken language. To start, we need to establish the difference between simply being good at your job or the particular task you were employed for, and being able to work effectively and efficiently in a workplace. There is a difference. Australian employers often look for a combination of hard and soft skills. The hard skills are your technical knowledge and skills, while your soft skills are your communication skills and professional ethics. Both types are necessary to successfully perform and develop in Australian workplaces. Today, we're going to focus on your soft skills. These are also known as your human, social, emotional, interpersonal, or people skills. They include communication, collaboration, ethics, complex problem solving, people management, and conflict management. Soft skills are harder to measure than your hard skills, since they usually have no tangible or recordable outcomes. The two most important soft skills we need to be aware of are nonverbal and ethical communication skills. Being able to communicate effectively is one of the most important life skills. Those with good interpersonal skills are strong verbal and non-verbal communicators and are often considered to be good with people. Communication is defined as transferring information to produce a greater understanding. Firstly, let's discuss non-verbal communication. Non-verbal communication is a way in which you can make a statement or convey extra information or emphasis using means other than spoken words. We humans talk with vocal cords, but we communicate with our facial expressions, our tone of voice, and our whole body. Just as language uses symbols to convey meaning, our body consciously and unconsciously carries messages, attitudes, the status of relationships, moods, indifferences, positive, negative feelings, and so on. There is a famous rule which states that in any communication scenario, 7% of information received is through the words spoken, 38% is through the tone of voice, and 55% is through bodily movements. Let me explain the 6 main components of non-verbal communication. Facial expressions. Communicating using our faces. There are 6 commonly accepted facial expressions: anger, disgust, fear, joy, sadness, and surprise. Haptics. Haptics is described as the use of touch when communicating. The most common use of haptics in a business in Australia is the handshake. Proxemics. This is how distance and space are maintained between people and when communicating. It is important to know the cultural differences when communicating in proximity. Chronemics. This refers to the use of time in communication. Knowledge of different cultures' use of time can lead to success or failure. In Australia, being punctual for important events will have a positive effect on communication. Appearance and dress. This is the saying, "Do not judge a book by its cover," which is a saying that is often forgotten. How one dresses and presents themselves says a lot to an employer and colleagues. This factor could hinder the initiation of communication. Kinesics is the use of gestures and postures to communicate effectively. Presenting yourself in an open manner and not closed-armed and shut off from invitation is preferable. Ethical communication. This is a type of communication that relies on certain values, such as being truthful, concise, and responsible with one's words and the resulting actions. There are 10 principles that should be followed to ensure you are communicating ethically. Be truthful and honest. Listen actively. Speak non-judgmentally. Speak from your own experiences. Consider the receiver's preferred communication channel. Strive to understand. Avoid a negative tone. Do not interrupt others. Respect privacy and confidentiality. Accept responsibility. Aussies are often open in their communication. Be confident in interacting with other speakers of English here in Australia. When greeting people in Australia, say hello or how's it going in a relaxed or informal way. Australians often greet people using nicknames or last names. Aussies speak quickly and abbreviate or shorten words. For example, tutorial becomes tute and university becomes uni. Australian slang is sometimes difficult to understand. If you are unsure of what is said, say pardon or sorry, I didn't catch that. When calling a service, use polite expressions like I would like to or may I instead of I want. I want is considered rude here in Australia.